Wildflowers by Robert Gonzales. Hope you enjoy this. I wrote this a long time ago. Hello, my friend. It's nice to see you. Won't you walk with me through my garden of life? Before you, you will see a well-beaten path. In my garden, I've sown many seeds, all with good intentions. From time to time, I've sown bad seed alongside good seed. They were small, so no one could see. This is what I thought once. And for a time, no one saw. But they drank of sweet water intended for good seed. Some I had forgotten, some I pulled as weeds. Some appeared seemingly out of nowhere, taking much of myself away from my beautiful garden. Some people saw me plant bad seeds that in time grew into weeds. Still others heard of the weeds. They all made conclusions of how they came to be. The point being, if you plant good seed, they will grow. If you plant bad seed, they too will grow. Now, planting bad seed with good intentions becomes deeply rooted. You make unwise choices and take unwise chances. It's just a matter of time before your secret isn't a secret anymore, and nobody wins. Now, not all is lost. Though it takes time, we must all learn to be good gardeners, to plant only good seed. I have learned much since then. I no longer plant bad seed. I have no time or energy to waste on something that takes so much of myself when it grows for all the world to see. Because when you pull that weed, it is deeply rooted. A small part of you never intended to give, now is gone. That what's left is a hole, and depending on the size of the weed determines the size of the hole. Little white seeds planted in my garden left many little holes. These made me very sad, because they were all sown with ignorance. My garden of the past has long since died and is gone. The knowledge of being a responsible good gardener is immeasurable. The lessons learned will stay with me forever. Now I have today. Today, I only sow good seed in my garden. By not allowing weeds to cultivate or make their way into my garden, I remain happy, because when they do, you may be fooled by its perfume-like fragrance, or maybe it's pretty little white blossoms. Then you question even your own desires. Is it a flower or is it a weed? Clearly a bad choice is made. You lose again. If you look as we walk, you will see a well-beaten path, which I use every day not to tread on my wonderful wildflowers. For I am wildflowers. I would like much to walk with you in your garden. I'll bet, though it is different, we'll find many similarities. You would be domestic flowers. From the short time we've visited, I can see we share many values, with common ground with which to build a solid foundation of friendship. If we were to garden together, it could be great, as since we would have a balance of wild and domestic flowers growing together, in unison. The knowledge you've acquired prior to our endeavor would only be an attribute to mine, and most certainly mine to yours. Through our experience, we know the difference between a flower and a weed. To garden together, I see on one side domestics. This side is you. I give this to you freely to remain unchanged and be who you are, and not trespass into your space. In the center, I see domestic and wildflowers growing together with balance. One complements the other, growing a lifetime of love and understanding. On the opposite side of all this, we'd have wildflowers. This side is me, to remain unchanged and be who I am and yet be with you. Together, the fragrance of our garden are strong. I see a garden growing in good ground, and in a circle. A circle has no beginning and no end, only unconditional love and everlasting beauty within, to last all the days of our lives together. Then, all can enjoy and appreciate what we've accomplished together, as well as apart. Communication is essential, comes in many forms, and must be established from the start. We must never let our lives become so routine that we lose our identity with each other, or ourselves. It's the little things that have great measure. We must always love each other unconditionally, and forever keep the magic that once brought us together. From time to time, be whimsically spontaneous. Always be understanding and honest, no matter the consequence. It's one small way to keep the continuity of love between us flowing. My goal is to keep you happy forever. It does work if we try. You must be open to change. We are always changing as we grow. Let's grow together in love as well as in spirit. This is what I've learned. Always remember, it only takes being violated one time, one bad seed, one weed, and it'll never be the same again. You think no one will ever know? Think again. Maybe we can forgive. We can't forget. In the heated exchange of anger, it all comes out again. And who can live like this? Always be aware of the imposters, the bad guys, who pose as good guys. They are only in it for themselves and really don't care who they hurt in the process, as long as they get what they want for as long as they can. Be careful. They may damage your self-esteem beyond repair. Be selective, set your standards, and never settle for anything less. There's a world of wonderful people out there. Remember, all seeds grow. Sometimes they sit dormant for years. Then when it seems safe and you've forgotten all about it, you come home one day and there it sits like a huge dandelion. How do you pull it without leaving a hole? You don't. What's left? A hole in your heart. A part of you is now gone forever. I have learned that many flowers do not grow well together. There needs to be order in which you place your flowers. This is consideration and understanding. Some gardens were never meant to be grown together. When this happens, we must have the experience with the knowledge to realize it will never work. A change has occurred, or some form of communication lost, or worse, knowing right from wrong, one or both chose to live in sin. Life is full of uncertainties. Once you've realized this, you must have the strength to say, no, you do not belong here with me. I have no time to play games. You don't stay on the well-beaten path. You want to stray and sow seeds behind my back. Thank you for your time, but we can no longer be together. Somewhere in my heart I will always love you and call you my friend. I have much to teach and much to learn. If we can't be together, we should be apart. You must go on with the pain, but if you let it go, in time it will subside. The whole, always a reminder. The future is one thing that can never be foretold. There are no guarantees. The school of life has taught me well. To stay with you would be a mistake. While I'm here, I may lose precious time or an opportunity with someone who understands the circle of life. Never have any room in your heart for bitterness. If you have something to say, say it. What's going without saying should be said. We really do reap what we sow. Always respect each other and never fear rejection. My goal in life is to be happy, feel secure, to love, and know I'm loved. Could you be the one? Is it you? Love always, Wildflowers.